Hello everyone. In this video, I will be doing a case study on a store of Phil Brittain, a Zik Analytics user who generated 22,227 pounds in sales in the last quarter for wholesaling on eBay. I am going to give you an in-depth overview of how Phil actually achieves these results, how he finds products, optimizes his listings, and manages his inventory. Really, everything you need to know. Let's go. Phil, thank you for taking some time to share valuable information with us. I have a few questions for you, and I'm hoping you're ready to begin.
Yeah, please fire away.
So let's start with the first question. Where are you from and where are you currently?
In terms of business, I'm started about 19 years ago, selling on eBay. eBay was my first marketplace that I ever sold on. I do have some other interests in some other marketplaces, but eBay was predominantly my first marketplace. I started selling vintage clothing. I had a little bit of a passion for it, like most people who start on eBay. Have a little bit of a passion for it. Started selling vintage clothing, mainly branded vintage clothing. That lasted for quite a few years. From there, I then transitioned into new clothing and purely had a couple of stores within the fashion and accessory space on eBay. From there, we still have the brands that I had all them years ago. They're still with us. And we offer a selection of brands now. From there, we expanded into other categories. So over the last sort of decade, we also sell in home and kitchen, outdoors. We also do a small selection of groceries. But I say the business model that I have now is completely different than where it was. We started all them many years ago, and it only seems like 5 minutes, but certainly I started from my bedroom, spare room, from there into the garden extension, from there into the garage, from there into a small unit, very small unit, probably about the size of this office, and we've had 2 moves since then, and we now have a large commercial building. We've got 2 offices, 3 storage areas, usual kitchen, toilet, etc. So, it's been a big learning curve, but, we're in good shape, and we're also looking, maybe, depending obviously how things go, we're also looking to maybe move to a larger premises, depending on obviously how 2022 and beyond goes, but we're certainly looking to move to a larger premises, hopefully at some point in the near future.
So another question we have is, when did you first hear about Zik, and when did you realize Zik was what you needed? We
got introduced to Zik somewhere by somebody we actually knew, another eBay seller. It was sort of towards the back end of 2019, early 2020. We got recommended it. Unfortunately, Zik were offering a 12-month annual package at a reasonably good price. So we took the chance, bought the 12 months annual package, and to be fair, it's been fantastic for us as a business. Extremely time efficient, helps us massively in terms of labour and actual man hours. But as soon as we sort of logged onto it and had a sort of a play around with the features, and the features are continuing to expand. We've noticed there's been a few more features over the last few months. But yeah, I would say that Zik has certainly been sort of an invaluable sort of piece of software for sort of our eBay business now. It's become quite integral to our business. I'm sure all the management and bosses will love me for saying that, but it's the truth. There's no, I'll tell it like it is. And it's a great piece of software. We use predominantly, because we are wholesaler, not drop shippers. Some of the features we use are, the product research, title builder, competitor research, great one for us because we like to spy on the competition, as well as some of the sort of the more wholesale type features. But yeah, certainly we wouldn't do without Zik now anyway.
So how long have you been selling on eBay?
As I mentioned earlier, coming up this year will be, I think, our 19th year selling as a business on eBay. We've been on eBay, a little while before there as a private seller, but 19 years altogether. It's not been without its challenges and a few worries and other things, but certainly from where we are, where we are now, the eBay space has certainly given me a lot of good times. We've also got staff as well. I've also got staff who were, within the building. But yeah, it's around about 18, 19 years altogether.
So Phil, could you please share the method you use for product research and title optimization?
Sure, no problem. Let me just jump into my screen. Okay, so we're going to have a quick look at some product research in relation to wholesale products or branded wholesale products. So as a quick overview, I'm looking here at a brand name which is fairly common and fairly well known throughout the world, Sharpie pens. This is just to give you a bit of an example of how you can possibly add perceived value and add a USP or something a little bit different to a prospective listing that you want to bring to the market. So we look at Sharpie pens here. As we can see, we've just put that this search term in the search bar. As you can see, looking down here, there are a significant amount that are sold, and there are a variation of colours, and also as well the amount that you can actually buy. So you can pick a colour, you can pick variations, 1, 2 or 3. However, in relation to thinking about I've got these products, I'm thinking about having a try with it for Sharpie pens. What can I bring to the marketplace that is something a little bit different? So we'll jump onto Zik, have a look at the product research tool and put in Sharpie pens, and we'll search for that. Okay, so when we're searching for this, we're having a look at the statistics as we would normally, and we can see here 2,000% plus sell-through rate, 55% successful listings, and a sales earnings of £4,050 over the last 30 days. Now, there are, aside from one main seller, there is a reasonable bit of segmentation. However, the two things that stand out to me here is, one, only half of the top 100 listings have actually sold. So just by analysing this data, you could maybe think, well, what else could I actually, with a better pictures, better keywords and a better listing title description, can I bring this product to market and be one of the percentage that's actually got some successful listings, one of these 55% here. So just by analysing and having a look, looking at the price data, looking at the amount sold, you may be able to bring the item or the product to market. However, we're looking at perceived value here. We're looking at what can we bring that is slightly a little bit different that might attract the buyer in terms of perceived buying value. Now, as I've scanned down this, I've had a look on this a little bit earlier, and you can see the top 100 listings, they are basically just Sharpie pens in a variety of variations, colours and quantities. So let's think, what can we add? Well, one of the things that we could add, and this is just an idea, you could bring these Sharpie pens to market and create a listing, and you could potentially offer a free notepad with the listing. So Sharpie pens, buy a pack of 10 and get a free notepad in with your order, for example. So we'll have a look at the data in relation to notepad. So we'll have a look at the notepad. This is one I put here, notepad in the search terms. And you can see here, notepads, multiple colours, a few variation listings, pretty much standard stuff, all seem to be sort of A5 and A6 style and size. Now, the price point here, all ranging, let's say, under £5 for these notepads. But let's just run the data on Notepad as well. And you can see here, let's have a look at this on we'll try Notepad. And we'll just search for the data. Bearing in mind, this is all UK location and all on .co.uk. And you can see here, £11,000 worth of sale earnings over the last 30 days with a sell-through rate of 3,700%. Again, 53% listings. sold 3,700 units over the last 30 days. So the data for Sharpie pens in Zik would say that there is demand for the product. Not only that, for Notepad, there is for sure demand for the product as well. So it might be a possibility you might want to combine the two and put, as I said, something like pack of 5, pack of 10 Sharpie pens, and include a free Notepad, which is going to be a fairly minimal cost to your cost of goods sold. And that might be an idea of how you might want to bring prospective listing to market. It's thinking a little bit differently. What is the perceived buyer value? What can I bring different to the market? What's my little unique selling proposition? Obviously, there are a lot of sellers on here on both search terms that have been selling for a while and do have a number of solds, but it's just trying to get you to think a little bit differently. What can I bring to the market that's a bit different that might attract the buyer to my listing? So I hope that's some a very, very, very brief overview of the product research and what you could bring to the market. And I hope that's of some assistance.
Amazing. Thank you for that valuable information. We also did receive a few questions on inventory management, packing, and shipping. So could you maybe show us your warehouse and packing station?
Sure, no problem at all.
Perfect. Thank you, Phil. Thank you, Phil Brittain, for such an amazing interview. I am your fan. I hope you guys and girls have learned something today that would make me really happy. Link to Zik Analytics in the description below. See you in the next video and take care.